Ala, sasa niulize, ile siasa nilikuwa nafanya hili kidogo, nilikuwa senator ile, sikuwa na chochote, sikuwa na kiti ya serikali, sikuwa kwa executive. I had to go and beg other people, oh nisaidie barabara, oh nisaidie. Now I don't have to beg. Yeah. Alafu naniambia we go and start opposing President Ruto hapa. There is only one person who can countermand me in Kenya. Only one. The whole country, by the grace of God. Na maombi yenu. Only one person. One. From the executive, judiciary, legislature, 2 levels of government. Everywhere. The whole country, God by His grace and your prayers, only one person can overturn my decision. Sio ni baraka? So we should make use of it to assist our county, to assist Kenya. Yeah. So, wale wanategea ati yani, na sasa governor, my brother, bro, and these other brothers and sisters hapa, tukue serious bro. You know I love you. You know that. As a brother. You know you are a classmate with my elder brother. Na mimi ni mtu ya respect relationships. But we must be serious now. I met with my sister Cess, the governor of Embu, who is also my sister and somebody I love and somebody we've walked a long journey together, politically. Kawambia sasa wacha ni kuongeleshe my sister, not as the deputy president of Kenya. Wacha ni kuongelesha kama ndugu yako and your age mate. And you will do nothing about what I'm going to tell you. Amuliza governor, how is it possible? You're the national chairman of UDA. You are a UDA governor and the national chairman of the ruling party. Alafu mtuambie rais hawezi kuja Tharaka nini? Atapigwa kelele na nani? Wale Umezama? Tusidanganyane. So muniambie kama tukimaliza kuna mambo tunataka ku-unblock hapa na pale. Projects zingine zilikuwa zimekwama, tumepata solution. Once they are ready, mungetaka rais akuje? Atakuwa well received? Are you sure? Kama kuna watu wanataka kupiga kelele, mimi niko tayari munipigie. I'm your son. There is no problem. So, hiyo Embu tumesukuma. Hii Saturday tuko na event pale Embu ya 20,000 seated. Wakuketi hapo. Hii ni 1,000 na kitu. Hii ni 1,500 hapo. 20 seated. Ya maendeleo sio ya siasa. So watu wanaongea juu hapa, mtu amejawa na kiburi mingi. Hati sijui mimi, tumeona watu wengi my friend. We even disagreed with President Uhuru Kenyatta when he was the commander-in-chief, when it became necessary. Because kuna wakora walienda wakamteka nyara hapo, akalose something hapo. Lakini siku hizi tumekuwa marafiki. Nilikuta kulikuwa na mitego mingi ya kuseparate William Ruto na Uhuru Kenyatta, nikategua. Sasa, because we cannot afford to have our retired president talking with complaints out there. It is wrong for a country. And he is the only living former head of state we have. If the nation was in a crisis bigger than itself, we will require somebody with enough stature to be able even to speak to President Ruto and call the nation to order. Mzee Moi rested, Mzee Kibaki rested. That other person can only be a retired president, and that is Uhuru Kenyatta. He's the only one. The rest of us, we cannot, President Ruto is our boss. But as a retired head of state, he has the moral authority, if there are some things, to have a discussion with the sitting head of state, and they will agree on how to salvage the nation. So, sasa ni mabesti, tuko hivyo, tunaendelea kusonga namna hii. Alafu watu wengine wadogo hapa wanatutisha. It's because we don't talk. Wanatutisha, sijui tutafanya. Ufanye wapi? Pitie wapi, my friend? Utapitia wapi? Where now? Siku ile niwacha. Sitaki kurudi kuongea mambo ya pale. Na weli ya karonguru karijagira nkanga mathoni nontu wakwaga inya. Wale wameelewa waeleze wale wengine. Karonguru karijagira nkanga mathoni nontu wakwaga inya. Na keno juzi bakura nkanga, lakini gatiena inya ya ukururia nkanga kaira mugunyeni. Aya. So nikimalizia what are we doing now? Hapo Tharaka Nithi, we know we have stalled projects. We don't have to repeat it here. I'm the one who launched all those projects. The only senator in Kenya who launched projects. That time, now, and maybe in the future. Na ungeona watu walikuwa wananisukuma hapo, wananipigia kelele hapo. The only senator, show me another one. So skiza. Lakini kidogo musipige Senator Kataya sana. Kwa sababu, even during my time, when I was a senator for Tharaka, we had 47 elected senators of other counties. Siembu tulikuwa na Ndwiga. Meru tulikuwa na Kiraitu Murungi. Show me one project initiated by any of them as senators anywhere. After I left Senate, because I served for 2 terms, even now, one senator, including our own senator, hakuna. Even the Senate that will come, most likely there will be none. Nilikuwa na jaribu maujuzi hivi. Lakini sasa Mungu ametusaidia sasa tuko sawa. Sisi ndio sasa tuko pale. So I know all those road projects. We are going to revive and complete all of them. It's as simple as that. So I want in a next annual review, because we have 2 working years left before the campaigns. After 1 year, I will come here, I will call you again, either here or in Kavana. You ask me, how has this government pushed the roads agenda, the stored roads, how many and where are we on that? Sinamna hiyo? All of them. Okay? We have electricity connections, different levels of connectivity. We're going to push it towards 100% in all the 3 constituencies. We are building, you know, what the work that remains now is now building the house upwards. And it has, and this will be my conclusion, it has 7 aspects. 1, it is revitalization of the sectors of the economy where the majority of the people of Kenya derive their livelihood from. Tunataka tubadilishe na tuongeze mapato katika sekta za uchumi ambazo wananchi wengi katika Jamhuri ya Kenya wanatoa mapato yao ya kila siku. Na hiyo ni katika sekta ya kilimo, ufugaji, masuala ya uvuvi for the western and coastal areas, and the blue economy and mining. That is what we call the real sector. 80% of the people of Kenya derive their household incomes from agriculture, livestock production, fisheries, blue economy, and fisheries. Already, if you do that, you'll have touched 80+% of the people of Kenya, especially at the grassroots. Hapa Tharaka Nithi, we know the value chains, where most of our people get their daily bread from. It is in tea, coffee, dairy, dengu, and the cereals. It's around there, isn't it? Those are the sectors we are investing. And also in introducing other value chains like cotton, which are dyed, and so forth and so on. Because when you touch these sectors and the returns we get from them increase, you touch households. You touch every home. Every home where they were getting 10,000 per year, okay? 10,000 per year is like 1,000 per month. They start getting 100,000 per year, which is like 10,000 a month. It looks more to you because you have money. But the ripple effect in the economy is tremendous. That is what we call bottom-up economic transformation. Revitalizing sectors where the majority of the people of Kenya derive their livelihoods. We have our value chains, we are working on them. And I'll give my accountability statement in due course. The second thing we are doing is to put in place the support infrastructure to help these value chains bring in more wealth and more incomes to the people. What do I mean? For us to transform agriculture, livestock, fisheries, and the blue economy sectors, and mining, we need good roads, road infrastructure. That is a support infrastructure. Power, electricity. Then we have what we call county aggregation and industrial parks, because we have to move to value addition. And Governor, we need to have a conversation. We see how we can support you to expedite the Tharaka Nithi County Aggregation and Industrial Park. Hiyo ndio kazi ya Deputy President. Kama kuna kaip Tharaka Nithi, anatatua. The next county, anatatua. The other county, anatatua. Sio kungojea rais. Kazi yangu ni kureport progress. Alafu ikikamilika, rais akuja afungue. Sina mna hiyo? So, we are building roads. Support infrastructure is roads, it is electricity, it is the county aggregation and industrial parks. In some counties, regions, we have special economic zones, which are part of that infrastructure. We are also building markets so that you have dignified places where trade can take place, and an aggregation and value addition center so that we stop selling raw materials. We add value. And some of the value addition required is very small. Kama ni ndengu, if you just sort the ndengu and just make sure that you remain with the best, then you package nicely in 2 kilogram or 1 kilogram pack, and you brand it as a product of Tharaka Nithi. That is already value addition. It will improve the price significantly, other than using mukebe wa kembo to pour the ndengu, and some of it is rotten, some of it, you know, the price will just shoot up. That is what supermarkets do. They buy it at 70 shillings, they go sort it, they package it, they put it in the shelf, and they sell at 200 shillings. What have they done? Sorting, packaging, and branding. Total of that value addition is less than 5 shillings. They bought at 70. But the presentation is so good. So when Professor Kithure goes to the supermarket, when he's coming from the university, he will buy that at 200 shillings. But the fellow selling it at Nkondi sold it for 70. The supermarket has gotten twice the value. Supermarket hana shamba, halimi, havuni, ako papo anangojea mkulima wa Nkondi tu alime, alafu he is getting twice what the farmer is getting. These things look like abstract, but that's how you transform a community. That's how you transform a country. And as I said, transformative actions are not popular because people want the things they can see now. Later on, when these things start realizing, that's when people say, oh, President Ruto had a point. But by that time, he will be completing his second term and going home. Yeah? As they say, before you realize your father was right, you already have a son who thinks you're wrong. Sinamna hiyo? And for the ladies, before you realize your mother was right, you already have a daughter who thinks you're wrong. Nakuanga hivyo. So it's okay, we are not looking for popularity. The time for popularity will come and we'll converse popularity politics at the right time. The third thing we are doing is investing in the housing program. People don't understand the housing program. The housing program sorts out many things. One, it increases the Human Development Index of Kenya. One of the reasons why some countries are top among the rich countries of the world is the quality of dwellings, houses that their people live in. Singapore, for example, is the most developed country in the world. It is 99% of the citizens of Singapore are home owners. Almost everybody. And when the president, the visionary leader of that country started that program about 40 years ago, he was almost impeached. Exactly what we are doing 40 years later is what Singapore did 40 years ago. He was almost impeached. Oh, we have houses. Tuko na nyumba. You know, cheap thinking. You don't understand economics. Kila mtu ako na nyumba. So even introduce compulsory savings, mandatory by law in Singapore. You must save. It is your money. Kama hii NSSF tumeongeza. NSSF is money for the retiree. But we force you to save so that you have enough package to go home, so that you don't retire and die the following day, because after 40 years, you have accumulated so little. So the housing program is helping us in the Human Development Index. Kenya's growth and development will rise. The housing project is helping us absorb some youths who are idle for the next 2, 3, 4 years. Don't ask us what they will do after that. By that time, we'll have another program. So between staying idle in the markets and heckling leaders and being busy in a construction site for the next 2, 3 years, which one is better? And better keep them busy. They earn every day. So by the time they finish that project or that program, we'll have made other interventions for them. And the people who are opposing the housing project have jobs and they have houses. It is also helping us to resuscitate the construction sector, cement, steel, sand, all those things that go into construction. That industry, the construction industry, will be revived because of that involvement. Number 4, we are, because macroeconomic stability, then you have revitalization of critical sectors where we get our livelihood from. Then there's the housing program. And then number 4, it is jobs. It's jobs. And I don't have time to say what we are doing right now and going forward on job creation, but we must reduce the number of our jobless youths. We have no option. We are doing it through temporary jobs in some of the programs, like the affordable housing program, and also in the climate works program, which we are now going to roll out. We have Nairobi now engaged 20,000 youths. We will double it to 40,000 youths. We want every county to be a center for climate works, similar to what used to be called Kazi Mutahani, at least to keep our young people busy for the time being as we work on the long-term interventions. But we are also encouraging our young people who are young and educated, who cannot get the jobs we are providing. If they get jobs abroad, let them go and work, invest at home, save. When they want to come back after 5, 10 years, they can always come back. There are people saying we are doing labor export. We are not exporting Kenyans. We are just doing what is known as labor mobility. The same way, many children were born in Tharaka, but they work in Mombasa today. They go home after 3 months or 6 months or at the end of the year. They are still children and sons and daughters of Tharaka, but they work in Mombasa, isn't it? What is the difference if the person is working in Dubai? The one who doesn't have the job in Mombasa? There's no problem. In fact, the person in Dubai, when they are coming home, will reach Tharaka before the person coming from Mombasa reaches Tharaka. Because it's under 5 hours to Jomo Kenyatta and 2 hours there. Huyu mwingine akikalia barabara kutoka hapo Kilindini, kufika Nairobi 8 hours. Na amechoka. Another transfer, another 3, 4 hours. Atafika the following day. So in a modern world, between keeping our youths idle and getting them jobs anywhere, we would rather get them jobs wherever we get a job. They invest, they save, they are always welcome to come back home. So tunasema we have programs for kazi kwa ground, kazi mtandaoni, na kazi majuu. We are also creating ICT jobs. Hiyo ndio kazi mtandaoni. ICT, through the ICT hubs, digital jobs, content creators, and the creative economy. So we have that job agenda, which we are pushing extremely hard to make sure that we need. So I'm left with 2 last ones, that is health and education. All the 5 I have mentioned are in the economic sector. The 2 last priorities for this government are in the social sector. One is health. SHA is not working, SHA is not working, SHA is not working. Before 2022, the National Hospital Insurance Fund, NHIF, covered only 9 million Kenyans, adults and children, including the secondary school children, 9 million, through EduAfya. To be eligible to join NHIF, you must either have a payslip or some other ability to pay the subscription. True or false? NHIF, either uko na payslip ama uko na uwezo wa kulipa ile subscription. Today, after just rolling it out for 3 months, and we are going to continue for the next 3 years, we have 18.5 million Kenyans with a medical insurance. From 9 to 18. We will push it to 40, 45, 50 million. That is what we call universal health coverage. Why? Because it is not only the employed people and the people who can pay who fall sick. See, everybody gets sick. Si kila mtu anakuwa mgonjwa. Why have an NHIF that caters for somebody with a payslip and somebody with ability to pay? Taifa Care, SHA, universal health coverage, is to make sure every citizen have a medical insurance to take care of their medical needs when they fell ill, because everybody falls ill. That is the aim. Many countries have struggled with universal health care. It's very problematic. In America, Obama brought it in 2016. The Supreme Court dismantled parts of it. It's very political. But it is very transformative for every Kenyan to have an insurance. Why? Because, as I have said, everybody falls sick. Kila mtu anakuwa mgonjwa. Number 2, for us to ensure that every Kenyan is insured, we must look at our contribution schedule. Taka tusikizane vizuri, ndio nyinyi sasa ndio mnaenda kuwa mabalozi kule mashinani. For us to insure every Kenyan, we must look at how much everybody is contributing. Okay? As deputy president, as a senator, as members of parliament, governor, everybody, the top contributor was being